Hello guys, the DB Grinder here, back at it again with another video, and this time I'm going to be doing a ban list prediction. And before we do that, I'm going to be doing a SP Little Knight giveaway. All you have to do to enter the giveaway is like the video, comment anything down below, and be subscribed, and you'll be entered in the win. The giveaway will end in 72 hours, and the winning person will have their comment pinned. And okay, let's go ahead and hop into the actual ban list prediction now. So I'm going to start off with cards that I think I'm going to get unlimited, just because off this list it's pretty easy what I thought was going to get unlimited. So Pankratops, Terratop, Engage. Yeah, I think all three of these should go to 3. I think Terratop's like a very obvious one that'll go to 3. Since like it just went to 2 a little while ago and like hasn't really been doing anything. I think it'd be fine if it went to 3. It'd be cool if it like got good again, and then like, you know, one day if it ever is too good again, you can just hit it back down if you want to. And then Engage Pankratops. Pankratops hasn't done too much since it's got put to 2. And honestly, I really like the card. I think the card's cool at like breaking boards, and like we also have like Fenrir in the game. I know Fenrir and Pankratops aren't exactly the same. Like Fenrir is a lot worse going second, but Fenrir is also a lot better going first. This is more of like a side deck card. And then Engage to 3. Yeah, I really want Engage to 3. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's time. Especially with like the striker support coming up, like not too long from now. So if it's not this list, I think next list it'll go to 3. And then okay, let's go to ban now. Okay, so banned Calamity. So I know like Centurion isn't the strongest deck, and I know that they're getting support soon. But one thing that I think the support does is it gives them another Synchro 12 to be able to go into, which is good for the deck. If they do lose Calamity, the deck won't do anything. But even with Calamity, I don't think the deck's going to do anything. I just think this card should be banned. It creates like, you know, game states where there's not a lot of interaction, and those aren't the best game states. We don't want those game states in Yu-Gi-Oh! At least I don't want those game states in Yu-Gi-Oh! The next card is Sanctifier, pretty much for the exact same reason as the other one. You know, you don't want to get gimmick puppeted and then you just lose. I think Brand is completely fine without Sanctifier trying to gimmick puppet people. I think it's still a good deck. I mean, we've even seen a lot of people in this format like Nightfall. He only goes for gimmick puppet going second, doesn't even go for it going first. So it's like the deck definitely doesn't need it. So I think it'd be like fine if it got hit. I don't think Branded needs any other hits, nor Centurion. And also the Calamity ban makes it that way other decks can't play it either. And then this one's going to be a little bit wild. So I want to talk about like multiple ways to hit Snake Eyes, because my original thought was my original thought was to ban the original Sinful Spoils, because that makes it so that way you can't splash it and like, you know, all the other decks like Rescue Ace, Fire King stuff, and then you just have to play pure, right? But if you ban original, then Wanted, Black Witch, and Poplar are no longer starters. So now the deck just like isn't nearly as good at all. Like the deck loses a lot of its like power because of that. A lot of its like extension. Even a lot of its starters it loses because of that. So I don't think we should hit original. I don't think Snake Eye needs to be like absolutely destroyed off the first ban list. I think it just needs to be hit. I prefer when like really strong decks get hit and then they kind of have to like change and adapt, and then they get hit again, you know, and then maybe you hit them a lot the second time or something. The deck also just came out like literally a little over a month ago, like actually came out. So I don't want it to get hurt too bad. Also, I think this ban list will come out at the end of this month, like the end of March, maybe the beginning of April. I definitely think it'll be out before YCS Raleigh though. So the ban is Oak, which I know is weird, right? But because you'll see people talk about ban original, ban Flame Burst, but I don't think you should be banning those cards. I think if you're gonna ban any of them right now, it would be Oak, just because you don't have to play Oak. Do you remember like back in like the end of December when people weren't even playing Oak in their list? Well, that's only if you were testing like, you know, preemptively for like Vegas and stuff. But yeah, there's a lot of people that didn't even play Oak in the list. Like they didn't even think it was correct. And then, you know, we ended up realizing like, oh, we're wrong. Oak is crazy. But like Oak being hit is like a hit that's like good, right? Because let me just show the other hits, right? The other ones I was thinking about, like you could limit these down to 1 and like hit the consistency of the deck, and also like the extenders, and also Wanted says like draw 1 too, which is kind of nice. So like hit those down, like to hit like the extenders and stuff of the deck, but then also like you hit these both down to 1. You're not really like hitting what the deck is actually doing. Like, it's still going to do the exact same thing if it draws like a Snake Eye Ash. If these are both at 1, it won't matter. But it'll hit the consistency of the deck if those are hit down. And then also, you know, the extenders like I was talking about. But if Oak is banned, then, like, yeah, your combo will change a little bit. Your follow-up's going to be a little bit worse. But the deck will still work. Like, you can still play the deck without it. Like, I'm pretty sure, like you know, half the OCG players don't even play this card still. Obviously, they're in a Max C format, but still, like, the deck will still work. I don't want the deck to just, like, die off rip. Like, this may even be too many hits to it. And then next limits, anti-spell, summon limit. These are just in limits because that's what I think Konami will do. Otherwise, I would, you know, personally want these cards banned alongside, like, Warlords, Gozen, TC Boo. All those cards are really good. But I think they will just follow pursuit of what they've done before and hit these down to 2, which is also why Pot of Prosperity I'm going to put in the semi-limit, because that's just what Konami likes to do to the pot cards. Like Desires, you know, hit it down to 2. Duality, hit it down to 2. And then, like, you know, eventually move them elsewhere. So I think, you know, whatever. Put Prosperity to 2 now, limit it the next ban list. They'll probably just leave it there. If they don't leave it there, then, you know, put it down the ban. I think Pot of Prosperity is a really good card. Too good of a card, actually. Limit, Kieran. Yeah, I don't know why this wasn't limited last ban list. I think it'd be fine if this card was at 1. And it helps the Magispector deck a lot, which, like, obviously needs it. Like, the deck has not done a single thing and probably won't do a single thing even if Kieran comes back and the other decks get hit. So, you know, give him a little bit. Give him a little bit. If it ends up being too much, then sure, take it away from him. And then Title, I think this will go to 1. We've seen the other Dragon Rulers go to 1. Nothing's changed. Title does work in, like, Mermail, and, like, that deck is, like, you know, that deck's pretty toxic, I'm not gonna lie, because, like, it gets to, like, look at the hand, rip something, Moon, Glacier, rip. So it's, like, a pretty toxic deck because it's, like, a hand rip deck now. But I still think this will probably just end up coming to 1, just because, like, all the other rulers are at 1 now, so this one should just come to 1. So yeah, that's going to be it for the ban list prediction. There's not, like, too much on this ban list prediction. You could say, like, oh, they need to hit other decks too, because, like, once this deck gets hit, then the other decks are gonna need to get hit. Like, you could argue, like, if they don't hit these, like, you know, Rescue Ace is still gonna be good. Labyrinth's still a good deck. People don't like playing against, like, Runic cards. Like, people have wanted Runic cards hit for a while. Like, there's definitely some other decks that people are going to want to get hit. But I don't think they need to be hit. I think this ban list would be, like, a fine ban list, at least for a little while. And yeah, that's going to be it for the video. Again, if you want to enter the giveaway, all you gotta do is like the video, comment anything down below, and be subscribed. Also, I'm gonna move this around a little bit just so that way, if people go ahead and skip to the end, then they're gonna see this and be like, bro, what? So yeah, that's just what I'm doing right there. All right, so yeah, the other one was the actual prediction, but I gotta troll a little bit. And all right, see ya. Have a nice day. Stay safe.